Jason is going to try to give us a good one.
Gonna try, right? Okay.
Yeah,
so the Parshat Yitro, the first parak, chapter 18, causes a lot of conflict in Chazal because they want to know, when did this chapter happen? It doesn't seem that it happened in between where we just finished beating Amalek, and now we're about to get the big reveal of why we came into the desert to begin with, which is towards the end of the Parsha, is the revelation of the Ten Commandments. So what's going on here with Yitro? All of a sudden he hears things about what happened to Israel, and he has the audacity to come to Moshe, who's spoken to God face to face, and he starts giving him advice. What's going on here? So there's actually a theme that keeps going on in the Torah, starting back from the time of Abraham, who we know his father was Terach, who was an idol worshiper, at least in the Midrash. So why is this so important? So what's the advice that Yitro gives? He tells him, you need to appoint judges. Now, what's interesting is that Moshe didn't actually appoint judges right here at this time. He appoints them later in Devarim, and one of the things he says when he makes the appointment of the judges is you need to be careful about the strangers that are in the midst of Israel as well. So what I think is happening is that for whatever reason, this entire parak that happens much later in the story of the desert is that part of the fabric of Judaism is that we have to take care of strangers is one part of it, and we keep telling that over and over. But the other side of that is knowing that Abraham's father was Terach, who was not part of the Jewish identity and was an idol worshiper. That was still, Abraham came from that. That's a big deal because we think today, oh, someone's a convert or someone is, not educated, and here you have the story of Yitro that comes in to reinforce the idea of the story of Abraham and Terach, where Yitro is coming, who's an idol worshiper, and he's coming to Moshe, who just spoke to God, and he's giving him advice. So there's two sides of this. One is Moshe could have said, who are you to talk to me? And no, Moshe actually takes the advice. But the flip side of it is that anyone can be the person who's an instrument to give you advice, that they should feel the right to give the advice. That's kind of the other side of the coin, is that if you feel you see something that someone's making a mistake, the Torah encourages you to go give that person a critique, advice, however you want to call it. The only limitation is to know the ego of the person that you're talking to. Moshe obviously is not just the highest promise, but he was in touch with his ego that he could handle the advice. So I guess the challenge for us is to know when to give it and when to not give it. But that's a good week.